Hi everybody, this is Nadim.
This is Gregg from Online Tennis Instruction.
And in today's clip we want to talk about something that our players keep coming to us with is what's the difference between hitting a ball down the line and cross court, especially on the forehand. Now we find a lot of times that players who try to go from down the line or cross court, that there's a significant change in their entire swing path and body posture, and we will quickly show you guys that this is really not the case. So Gregg, go ahead and tell me what the difference is between going down the line and cross court essentially.
Okay, there's really not a big difference. Now the problem we see with players is most players have what we call a horizontal swing path, so they swing across their body, right? So now when everything is going in that direction cross court, and in order to hit the ball down the line, they end up having to contact the ball late.
Right.
Now what ends up happening, if you can pass the ball, is when they hit the ball late down the line, the ball actually will sort of bend this way and have some kind of weird side spin on it, which makes it very difficult to control. Now granted, if that ball goes in, it's hard to play.
True.
But it's very difficult to replicate over and over. So the key here, you want to hit straight line shots. So you want to have vertical swings where you swing away from your body. So it's an inside out swing. So the racket goes away from me and it's vertical. So I say it goes away, up and out this way in this direction. That's for going down the line. Now the only difference between going down the line is simply the only difference between going down the line and cross court is when cross court all you got to do is contact the ball earlier and the swing path pretty much stays the same.
So what happens? What's the essential difference between the contact point when you go down the line versus cross court? Isn't it fair to say, Gregg, that is it less than 20 degrees? So let's say 20 degrees max. So if I go with Gregg's racket, which is this racket right here, that is in the position for me to go down the line. The strings are lined up to go down the line. And then my racket is slightly ahead of that at about 20 degrees further in front. And you can see that the strings are pointing more in a cross-court direction. And that is essentially what the difference is, taking into consideration that the swing path does not change. Okay, so you will see that the contact point is slightly more ahead, and that's exactly what the difference is between going down the line and cross court essentially, right?
Yep, less than 20 degrees.
So why don't we show everybody, why don't I show them how to go down the line, and then you can show them how to go cross court. And guys, the difference will be it shouldn't be easy for you to see with the naked eye. So let me go down the line a couple of shots here, and I'm trying to go down the alley as much as I can and really go inside out, low to high, and have a vertical swing path. I'm not going outside in. I'm not trying to go very hard. I'm really trying to just make sure that I'm maintaining inside out, low to high, vertical swing path, and you can see it's very calmly done. I'm not really erratic when I do it. Now, can you pass me one or two more? And what I'm gonna do is now, for those of you who find themselves able to do that, now you can increase your racket head speed, but try not to change anything other than that. So the swing path still stays the same. So it's going to be a little bit more difficult since it's a dead ball, but you see I'm trying to swing it a little bit heavier, but the swing path itself doesn't change. I'm still going up and out and essentially accelerating in that manner. So Gregg, why don't you show everybody the cross court one?
All right, so what I like to do is start players out by hitting down the line in the alley. So the idea is you want to develop a straight line shot first, and then when you go cross court, it's essentially hitting a straight line shot, but all you're doing, as Nadim said, you're just contacting the ball a little further in front, and where the strings will not point towards your target. The key thing to remember here is the racket doesn't disappear to this side of my body.
Very important.
Yeah, you want the racket to stay on the right side of your body as long as possible, just like when you hit down the line. And that's a common thing we see. People go cross court and the racket disappears and we don't see it anymore.
Yep.
So you want to see it going out of the target as long as possible. So as Nadim did, we started hitting in the alley, and what I want you to do when you go cross court is just in your mind, vision picking up the alley and then laying it across court this way to your target. Now the same thing, when I go down the line in the alley, I try to keep my racket in this alley. That's going to allow me to go inside out and swing vertically. And
the cones over there represent approximately where the ball would go in terms of lining out that alley. Okay, right, so here we go.
Yeah, so now I'm going to go cross court, and I'm going to think about this imaginary alley and my racket staying inside the lines as long as possible.
Yep.
All right, so we go right here. I'm still going from inside out, and I'm still going vertically. The only difference is, of course, I'm contacting it further in front.
You look like you've done that before.
Oh,
very nice.
A ton of times.
Very nice. One more time. Yeah, and that's a very nice discussion that we had at lunch the other day. What's the main difference? Because players, we just did a doubles clinic together, and what players really do when they are trying to change direction on the ball and how much trouble they get in. So looking at it this way, we can also say simplify what your arm and your body does. Don't try to change too much between going down the line and cross court, and understand the swing path and understand what your strings are doing for you when you make contact at the right point. Would that be a nice summary to go with?
Very nice summary. And let's pick up on what Nadim was saying. You know, don't try to do extra movements with your body, because to give an example, a 1 degree change on the angle of the racket face can result in a 4 to 6 foot deviation on the other side. So
that's
if
tremendous.
If you're pulling across your body, that's a lot of calculation, but then also it's a lot of room for error. So if you can swing inside out vertically, out towards your target, then there's a lot more margin for safety, and you're going to make a lot less unforced errors, and you'll be a lot more accurate with your shots.
And that's perfect. So guys, I think that this is a very nice way for you to go out and train. Put yourself in the same position we put ourselves in here, and see whether you can master this, and let us know what your feedback is when you have attempted this. So all the best with your tennis, and I'm Nadim for Online Tennis Instruction.
And I'm Gregg.
And we'll see you next time.
The serve is, of course, the most important shot in tennis, and because so many players struggle with it, we now started offering one-day serve clinics several times per year in Florida and California. In these serve clinics, we'll break down your serve with video analysis and show you exactly what elements need to be fixed so that you can hit powerful serves. So if you're interested in finally developing a powerful serve with one of our serve clinics, click the link inside this video right now for all the details on upcoming serve clinics.